Welcome to Vintage Coin Op Restorations and one of our latest projects. Here we have Chicago Coins 1937 Mars pinball machine. Absolutely incredible game. It is absolutely beautiful. For 1937, let's take a quick look at exactly what we are playing on here. Just look at this play field. You got beautiful women, high heels, guns, spaceships. Couldn't ask for anything more than that. But let's zoom in here. This is all the original play field. We did not touch it up, but we did deoxidize it and put a nice couple coats of wax on here so the ball will glide nice, and you could just see how brilliant these colors are. Well, besides the play field being special, you got to see this back glass. This back glass has 4 different levels. You have your front level, and then right behind it, about 2 inches, you have another one where that's where you have these houses and skyscrapers. And then you have your flying rocket ship. There's 2 of them that go in circles. And then you have this mountain backdrop that's actually attached to the backboard. Very cool. Let me step back from here. Now, when I was investigating the game, I really can't tell if it's a 3 or 5 ball game. Right now, you have 3 balls that fit in there, and like Bally, they made those balls to fit inside there. You don't want them stacked on the top. So we're going to say this is a 3-ball game. And as I've always said before, if you're restoring a game with old play fields and stuff, you know what? The best thing to do is replace those old rusty balls with some new ones. Even though they may look pretty good, but there's they're steel, so it's little micro scratches and rust spots. And basically, as they're spinning through here, all you're doing is sanding down your play field, and eventually it show wear. And that's what happens over here. And it also happens even if you had brand new ones, but that comes down to the amount of times that the game is being played. So exactly what is special about this game? Well, there's a couple things. If you're familiar with Bally bumper, which is these are the identical bumpers. When the ball hits it, it sends an impulse, and I think on Bally bumper you have a stepper unit that shows 100 points, 200 points. Well, this one, not only do you have when you hit the bumper, you get a knocking noise, and you get it also lit up, 100, 200 as it goes down. I think the high score on this game, I believe, is 4,200. I'm sorry, not 42. 5,200 is the most you can get on this machine. And it lights up in your sequential order. You can see also if you nudge it a little too much, you have a tilt switch. The bobber for the tilt is right here in the front. When you bring it down, it seems like it's a little bit sensitive. I find myself when I was pulling back the plunger, knocking the tilt all the time. And that's just a matter of raising and lowering that little bobber there to make the game a little easier to play. So now let's talk about this little rocket ship. It's there for animation. It's very cool, but at the same time, it's part of the game. Whenever you do not see the rocket ship, the play field contacts are completely dead. You can't score any points. And when you do see the rocket, the play field comes back to life. During the game, you have 2 flashing lights, and they are under these red buttons that they say repeater. What exactly is a repeater? On the back bake light, on the back of the bake light of those rocket ships that you see spinning around, there are, in this rocket, there are 8 on each side. Meaning when you see the rocket, and if you hit that repeater, the most points, extra points you can get were 8. You can get less by taking out some of those little screws, but in this case, 8 of them are there, and we're going to leave them. But that's not the only thing that you have to time. You need to time that hit on the repeater just before that rocket ship appears, because at that point, you have the opportunity to get the full 8 points. If you have the rocket and it's in mid-flight and then you hit the repeater, if it's in the middle, you're going to get 4 points instead of the 8. And I'll kind of demonstrate that as I power this game up here. What else that's kind of neat? The game also has a little window over here, so as you are playing the game, it is missing its not so much instruction card, but its game card to show how many points we need to get a free game. There really is no such thing as a free game because these were gambling devices. Your free game was your nickel. So if you got to a certain amount of points of, on that card might have said, if you make it to 2,200 points, you get a free game. So basically you would have to go to the clerk, show him that the game is not tilt, and he would also look inside here to make sure he can see that nickel that you put in there. That's your little viewing window. And he has to see those numbers on the scoreboard up here. And it all has to be done before the power goes out, because as you push in your plunger, you have about 4 minutes. The game lasts right around 4 minutes, and you have to play the game, see if you won, go get the clerk, bring him back, show him that you legitimately deserve a free game, and then you'll get paid out. A lot has to go on in that short period of time. I could just see someone running to a desk. Hey, come over here, look at me, But that's how it was. So enough about talking about it. We're going to fire it up. Again, I always say, when you're using these games and these vintage coin slides, use your Buffalo nickels. They prevent jamming up inside your machines. The new ones nowadays have a high ridge, so they always seem to get jammed up. But here we go. We're going to power this game up. And there's your animation. You'll see that the light is shining constantly on the left, blinking on the right. All right, I took the glass off of this so I can kind of cheat to show you exactly how the bumpers work. You have your ball lift. We're going to lift that ball up, and we are going to. Now, these games are nudgers, so what you wanted to do, well, we still have this one. There you go. 2, 3. So we hit 3, and as you can see up on top, we got 300 points. And for every time you hit one of these, you get more points. Now, let's talk about that repeater. You see they're flashing, meaning when they are lit, you have a chance. When they're not, obviously you don't. So I'm gonna just with my hand hit this thing right at the earliest point to show you the maximum, if I can get it, right before it goes. I think I got the 800 points. And now I'll do it in the middle. Here, let me try to pull back so you see me actually hitting it. Now we'll do it right about now. So you got like 400 points. Really neat device. I can't say that I've ever seen this thing called the repeater. And you see that it's protected too. It's not as easy to get it because as the balls come around, you can easily get that one, it bounces around. But to get that repeater, you see it's being guarded by this bumper here. So you literally have to take this thing over, well, not like that, but not so hard. It has to come down hard enough that it hits the repeater, but it's got to rebound from the back, just like this one over here. This one's got to pick it up, hit here, and then come around and get hit in the front. So there's a lot of nudging going on to get this game and to get those points that you really want. But what an incredible back glass and theme for 1937. If you have one of these machines for sale or you need one restored, please give us a call. We're located in Chicago, Illinois. Phone number is area code 630-624-7466. Thanks for watching, and make sure to subscribe to my channel so you can see all the new machines coming to the warehouse. Thanks for watching.